While I was all the way across the world in India, walking on dusty roads, feeling the warm Indian sun on my shoulders, and gazing across the Yamuna River, spring arrived at home. At least that's what I suspect, because upon coming home, I was greeted by green paths, fresh sunny days, and little blossoms blooming everywhere. After a long winter, I always feel that the springtime breathes a new kind of life into me, and I begin to remember how joyful and bright life can be. While I do love winter and the cozy days at home, there is something special about spring. It lifts me up out of the mundane and invites me to hope and believe that wonderful things are coming. My trip to India was transformative, to say the least, and I feel it gave me feelings of reminiscence and also new adventure. It was a reminder that even as you get older, life can still surprise you. As many of you know, I lived in an ashram for a long while, and for me, my time in India was reminiscent of that beginning time in the ashram, where I felt a kind of effortless joy amidst a backdrop of simplicity far beyond what I was accustomed to. Both in India and in my early ashram time, there were early mornings, simple meals, and a kind of distance from the amenities and the comforts and customs of the modern Western world. There is something about this simplicity that I've experienced, a bare bones, stark kind of beauty that reminds me that I don't actually need very much. My life wasn't always like this. Before I started my journey into spirituality, my life was complicated, overwhelming, and confusing. Back then, I felt myself being pulled into a never-ending cycle of chasing after things I didn't need, spending time on friendships that didn't speak to my heart, and keeping myself busy with work that buried my true calling. I didn't know that another way of living was possible. For the first time in my life, I have a garden. A few weeks ago, my mother-in-law was visiting from South Africa, and she and my husband got started with cleaning out the old soil, taking out the old roots, weeding, putting in the fresh compost, aerating, and finally planting some seedlings. They've also put some lettuce in pots in the greenhouse, along with a small blackberry bush. I am personally not famous for my success with maintaining plants, so I will have to study from these two and prepare myself to become something I've always wished I could be, a gardener. I've tried my best to take the mood of simplicity that I learned in the ashram, that I was reminded of in India, into my daily life. I live a quiet life, maybe one that many people would find boring. I focus on quality, not quantity, and I cherish the belongings that I do have because they all have meaning to me. I found that living a simple life has only allowed me to find more vibrancy in my days, more richness of experience, and more absorption in the activities, the beautiful moments, and relationships that I find to be the most important to me. The greatest freedom I've ever known is feeling that I don't need much to be happy. And I wish this for all of you too. I'm wondering if any of you have thoughts on these ideas, or if you want to share what simple living means to you. I always love reading your comments. Until next time, your friend, Sukanti.